It's called Taking It All Back. She catches her ring as it bounces off the wall, puts it on and dabs her eyes. She throws the door open as he backs in, suitcase in tow. Shattered dishes reassemble in her hand. The kitchen fills with screaming. He staggers out again, lipstick collar, whiskey breath and all. Babies stuck back into her womb. They eject tail first from a honeymoon in Spain. In reverse, they waltz across the ballroom floor, wipe cake from each other's faces, dance again, climb into the white limo back to the church. They kiss, say, "Do I?" Each one takes the ring from the other's finger. Then she strides back up the aisle and out the big front door. This is one of the Postcard Prize poems. This is nominated by US 1 Worksheets, called Postcard to the Ex. There's a bear in the backyard and piranhas in the kitchen sink. The kids are dressing like clowns and the bank took back the TV. The car lost a wheel on the door. Someone painted our windows black. Your favorite chair caught fire, and last night during the storm, a huge tree limb crashed through the bedroom ceiling and onto your side of the bed. Wish you were here. Okay, let's see. I lost a very good friend last year to cancer, and fortunately we had one last good time before that happened. Find the poem. That's here. We both took our first trip down to spring training in Florida to see the Phillies at spring training. Both being long-time Phillies fans, it was quite a treat for us. But I've had that introduction. Do I have the poem? Here it is. Okay. Spring training, 2012. We looked out, Bill and I, from our balcony on Tampa Bay. Below us, a tiki bar clattered with spring breakers. Jet skis growled and drew arcs in the bright water that reached in from our room to the ballpark in Clearwater, which hugged the horizon. We drove the long causeway, mere feet above the bay, had breakfast at Lenny's, teeming with Phillies fans, then watched the game unfold with the afternoon. Blankets on the lawn beyond the right field fence, where the sun baked us in mid-March, and once a home run ball dropped into our left. Later, we drove to the beach. "One more thing off my bucket list," said Bill, who hadn't told me he was feeling ill again, as we walked the gentle surf of the Gulf, which seemed to stretch into forever. This one's debating whether to read this one. This is kind of a harrowing poem. After my friend passed away, his wife had a very hard time dealing with that. And this is kind of about her state. It's called Horse Latitudes. Since you left, you have been an eggshell, cushioned in your carton, afraid to leave the house lest you crack and let the clear liquid leak out. You paint a face on the surface, but it's not your face. You use your hands, but they're not your hands. They tremble and can't decide what to hold. Your mind is an alien beating against the inside of your head, telling you to forget how to smile, balance a checkbook, eat dinner, wash, or feel anything. Your eyes are frozen. You can't see what brought you here. You look out the window for prowlers. Every 5 minutes you check your jewelry drawer again. If you let the moment terrify you, you don't have to deal with remembering or moving on. You shut out the skeleton in the bed, but also your wedding day. He was your rudder, your windward sail. Now you are in the horse latitudes, stale and humid air where grief is not allowed, and they throw the animals overboard. Moving on to more upbeat things. Any of you who've driven I-95 between here and Baltimore probably know about, at least on the northbound side, know about the large statue of Mary, or it's called Our Lady of the Highways. This is a song about her. Along the graceful curve of 95, halfway from Baltimore to Delaware, she overlooks the road with kindly stare. A marble statue rising 25 feet above the fray that prays for precious lives amidst the engine noise, the rushing air, and tire song. Everyone who passes there is blessed for the remainder of their drive, yet what they do with it is their affair. Some blow it off and find the fastest lane. Some still feel lost no matter where they roam. Some truckers blast their air horns like a prayer of thanks that they might feel but not explain. A higher power sees them safely home. This one's for my late father-in-law, passed several years ago. Very close to him. It's called Dream. In your dream, a blonde-haired boy who looks like your grandson hands you a pair of rollerblades. Try them, he says. You let go of your walker, sit on the curb and strap them on. In later life, you said, I used to ice skate. Those look like fun. If only I were young enough to try. And in your dream, you do. One hand behind your back, the other oaring the air. You rumble and glide over pavement, the wind blowing back your wispy gray hair. And you skate for all your life is worth. Past your grandsons, your dear departed wife, past your daughter's wedding, past your metal shop smelling of hot steel and oil, past the table of maps from the war, past your saxophone on the chair amongst your bandmates who are white tuxedoed and ready to play, past your father's milk cart, your mother's infirmity, past your baseball uniformed brother who left too young and too soon. In your very last dream, you reunite with your buddies, all bundled and red-cheeked, aged 10 to 12, at the frozen pond. Your skates have turned to silver, and your loved ones line the banks, marveling at your calligraphy on ice. What's on the other side and what's coming up, but here's a song about all the ways it could happen. How it all could end. Perhaps a burst blood vessel in the brain, or some drunk swerving into me head on. And if it's nukes, I'll be like Major Khan in Strangelove, ride a bomb down from the plane to target, Bronco style. But please, no pain. I want it quick and clean. Perhaps a long shot, chunk of space junk on my head. A prong of lightning lights me in the storm. It's plain that most of us don't get to pick our fate. Our swan song could be sung at any time. So why complain about gas prices or my noisy neighbor when it's not too late to take a walk, enjoy spring in its prime? This moment's breath's the only one that's sure. And finally, this last one, kind of the same sentiment. I like this one enough that it ended, I think, about 3 of my chat books. It seemed like a perfect poem to end the book with. And I'm reading. Last frame. When I go